Hey viewers, welcome to Encore. I'm George.
I'm Hudson.
I'm Dylan.
And we just saw Dark Skies. That's what the movie was called.
Huh? You know what? I definitely got to say one thing. It did have some dark skies at some points.
Yes, it did. During the night shots. Like,
During
Not the opening shot, that's for sure.
everything.
Title, credit sequence, nothing happens.
Yeah, it's just it becomes like they got bored and they're just like, okay, what are we gonna do to grip the audience when the movie opens? How about just a dark, stormy background with the word "dark skies" and then nice
Suburbs.
suburban area.
And then there's just
one
miles of suburbs.
There is one black family and they're always at the pool. What the fuck are they doing?
Also,
you ever notice that the one black girl is
you know what pissed me off? During the opening sequence, they have this pool party going on. They reuse that footage when the kids go to a pool party. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing? This isn't the 70s. You can't get away with this shit. We're gonna go to a pool party, make it a different pool party.
Come on, I mean, like, you're filming in the suburbs. You can get kids who want to do it for free. All right,
It shows the
you're gonna be
monotony of the suburbs.
Yeah, you're gonna be in a movie and you're just gonna jump in the pool and swim around for a little bit. I will volunteer the shit out of that.
So, yeah, Dark Skies. It's a new film by the guy that did Insidious and the Paranormal Activity series.
That's the producer of it.
No, the producer
producer.
did that. It's Scott Pearson or something like that. He did Legion and Priest.
That's the director.
I do my research.
Oh, good.
The director and the writer. Yes.
You do more than I do. So,
I have a college, so I'm gonna pop it now.
And
Bitches.
going into
it
this.
has no real renowned actors except for, oh my god.
Do you want to know
J.K.
what?
Simmons. It was
Do you want to know
J.K.
what's hilarious? I was looking at all the names. I was like, wow, those are very similar to actually other actors that are more well known.
Yeah, like Dylan McDermott. Wait, who?
It sounds
I think I should know it.
I know. I can't get him confused with Matt Dillon, but Matt Dillon hasn't done shit in years.
So, going into this, we didn't really have too high of hopes. I mean,
I'd seen
We-
one trailer.
I was
So
at
trailers.
work and you sent me a text and you're like, hey, you want to go see Dark Skies on Saturday? And I was like, I've never heard of that fucking film. I'm serious, I didn't even hear of it opening. And then I went home and I watched the trailer and I was like, it looks crappy, but I think I'd enjoy it anyway, just for an experience.
and that's basically it. We saw it and we enjoyed the experience, but that's about it.
Well, some of us enjoyed the experience.
Yeah, and I think you enjoy this experience when you get your buddies together and you go see a really
Yeah,
crappy movie and you joke
that's
your way
fun.
through. You don't exactly enjoy the movie as a film fanatic would enjoy a movie. I mean, like, no, film fanatic, no.
No, if you're
Self-entitled film fanatic would actually say, I love this film. No, that doesn't happen.
this film is terrible by all remarks. I mean,
Every stretch of the word, like the definition.
they had an idea here, and somehow they just, did not do it at all good.
No, it wasn't the way it was supposed to be.
So, like, this movie's cataloged as a suspenseful movie, and there's parts of it where it's like, am I watching the right movie?
I know, right? The kids are sitting there watching the porno like, Naughty Student 3.
It was so ridiculous.
I sure have.
There's the one kid, he's riding home, and he's like high as hell, and there's like the happy music playing for him.
As lights turn off.
Wait,
behind.
we have to describe the scene.
Oh,
of this.
right, there's a plot. I forgot.
That's what that word was. I thought it just like ran in circles for a little bit.
So, if you haven't heard of this movie, basically, we'll get to the scene. We have so much time to talk about the stupidness of this movie.
We have a lot of time to talk about the stupidest stuff in this movie.
Okay, so basically, there's this family, and all of a sudden, like, these strange things are happening to, like, the kid, and, like, things are happening in the house, and they start escalating, and eventually, like, jump to the conclusion that aliens are involved, and...
It's not jumping to a conclusion. At the point that everybody in the house realizes that it's aliens, I think it's pretty much stamped on their foreheads that they're getting attacked by aliens.
Somebody just does this. They're fucking aliens.
Like, it takes that much to get
It's like, oh, okay.
And it's some of the stupid reasoning why these people finally decide it's aliens. It's like
There's
what is
so
it?
much
3 weeks into all these strange stuff happening.
And they go to that. It's like there's so many things that happened before where you'd be like, this doesn't add up.
Yeah.
We forgot to bring logic into this.
Someone made a star constellation in my kitchen.
Who the fuck does that?
Like, And I love this, just like, it was like, it's a marker, so people can know where they are. How are Starship supposed to see that?
Yeah.
If it's in the kitchen.
Highlighting. I
just
love how he got everything. The fucking beans, that rice-a-roni.
His cereal box is on the diagonal. Oh, it was
okay. So
good.
and the whole the ending to the whole thing is they're being threatened that one of their youngest kids is going to get taken, but
It's
twist ending.
handing to you saying that the youngest kid will get taken.
But then there's a twist ending where the other kid gets taken.
No,
right after a weird
twists
dream
are
sequence.
surprised and well written.
Which I think that's the only good part of the movie that was done right, was that little bit was probably the only bit.
You know what? I feel like when they came in and pitched this movie, they pitched a movie about like a suburban family that people would all like be able to relate to getting attacked by aliens.
The only thing I can relate to with that, people, is the fact that I have both the computers that they use. It's fucking it.
Heavy macking advertising this movie.
Okay, so let's start talking about how stupid this movie is. Right now. Okay. Right off the bat, there's a huge pothole where they immediately tell you this family is in financial debt.
Yes.
To the point where they've haven't paid their mortgage recently.
90 days past due.
But yet they seem to have enough expendable money to go and buy camera equipment to like security cameras.
Infrared shit because it goes in the dark, which is an extra like $100.
Security, so that way they know if someone enters the house.
Yeah.
Phones, cable, food,
but a dog,
a shotgun.
But what got me is the security system that he shut off to save money. He just turns it back on again.
Normally, if you shut that shit off, it doesn't connect. You have to pay the bill. And so
wait.
Put it back on.
This is also taking place in the U.S. So multiple times I had to go to the hospital.
Yes.
The fucking bill. No, Obamacare never came quicker.
What else do they pay for? It's ridiculous. The things that they pay. It's said that they're paying for a child therapist, and they pay for a session with this paranormal alien guy that they meet.
Yeah.
And you're like, why would you even bother telling us that they're in financial debt?
Because it just seems that they keep getting expendable money. And it's like they keep spending money even when both of them don't have a job for that short period.
Yeah, they both lose their job, and then one gains one near the end of the film, which is completely fucking irrelevant, because he comes home and he's just like, hey baby, I got the job. Pops a cork, goes upstairs, porks his wife, comes back down. It's never mentioned again. You never see him do the job. And then aliens.
Yeah,
It could have been completely.
her news is put off for about 5 scenes.
Yeah. She's just like, I think it's aliens. Husband comes home, I got the job. Well, my cares are gone. Let's fuck.
Our family's in trouble, and I'd like to know the reason, but you want to know what? I want to have sex tonight, so I'll tell them like,
I'm
reason
getting
to
dry,
celebrate.
and I need some lovin's. That's pretty much it.
Oh, and they also sent the kids to someone else's house, right?
Yeah.
That's how they got the house alone. They sent the kids away when she just realized that the aliens are after their kids. In a house where the parents that are watching them don't know that there's aliens after their kids.
The kids would have been saved for with Casey Anthony.
Okay, here's another thing I got to mention, since we're on the topic about like the plot holes and whatnot. The way they sequence the timing of everything, it just seems like things happen for like extended period of time, but even though they've said like it happens in a short day, so it's like the whole thing takes place maybe like a week. But from what they're saying, but it seems like it takes place like in a month or something like that.
Yeah, the stretch of time from like it's linear. It starts here and then it's like here and then near the end it skips 3 months into the future after the disappearance of.
But like one of the hugest tip-offs is when they go to have sex and obviously they send the kids off, but you don't see the kids home for a while. Even like into like it's supposedly the next day, they're still over at this person's house.
It's true.
Well, or even 2 days later, because you see the scene where the one person sees the bruises on them.
Yeah, and that's not brought up until the next fucking night.
So like the timing's all off. Their financial troubles are non-existent.
It's the middle of the day. They find the bruises and they don't bring the child back until the next day.
Yeah, it's like, hey, Time Warner Cable. I think my children are being attacked by aliens. Do you want to hold up the?
Do you know what's
even? We got to investigate this shit. Yeah, no problem. Done.
Do you think they have to pay for like cops coming in?
Yep.
For that kind of stuff, especially when there's no real threat. The person who came to check the security to make sure things were working. I don't know exactly how the state's stuff works.
For Canada, when you call the police, or not the police, the fire people, because my cat got stuck in a vent one year. I don't know how he got down there. He was bad. We had to pay about it was like a $45 charge, because even though it wasn't an actual serious problem, they cost gas getting to us, and so if they don't refill the tank or whatever, they could run out on the way to an actual fire. So you do have to pay a charge for calling them out, even if it's not a serious thing. So there is if it's in Canada, it's probably in the States as well, but a little bit worse because that's how America works.
Okay, so there's a bunch of plot holes if you just start really looking at it. Now let's talk about some of the really stupid things. Right off the bat,
I thought we already were.
No, we're still talking about the stupid things. That was plot holes. That's a different stupid thing.
The movie.
A bunch of birds hitting the house at once. That was a stupid scene.
God. I love it. There were so many of them hitting the windows at once. The fucking room got dark.
Okay, so what happens is the wife is in the room grabbing laundry, and she goes to look out the window, and a bird hits the window. A nice little jump scare, whatever.
I saw it coming from the trailer, so I was just like, this is going to be where the birds are.
I didn't see that. But anyways, so that happens, she goes to look at the bird, and it's still twitching a little bit.
And then she's about to go and open the window to get the bird out of there.
And then another bird hits, and then another one, and there's a whole bunch starts.
And it starts cracking the glass, and
afterward, you think that people are just you think that the fucking Palestinians are lobbing birds at them. It's rocks.
So then, the next thing you see, the quarantine people taking all these thousands of birds are on the lawn, and you see that the house painted in blood practically.
Bird replaced grass in the next scene. Yeah, but the house looked like it was a bingo dogs.
And then the immediate next scene, house is clean.
Yeah, it was like
house is perfectly
the
fine.
following morning, the windows are all repaired, the birds are gone, there's not a fucking scratch, the blood is gone. It's
Also, if they think
never
that
happened.
there's the bird flu going on, they would have moved every single person out of that field and out of the area, and not have those kids playing on a trampoline around a bunch of dead birds.
I know,
especially one was picking the fucking bird up.
Yeah,
and no one sees it.
Wearing the suits or whatever and the masks, and they're just like, okay, we're gonna put these here. And everybody else, the kids are playing with them. The one kid's just like, the dead bird.
Rat face. That's rat face. I love that nickname.
I hate that character because he's just like, oh shit, dog, like you're fucking.
He's the most unrealistic character in the whole movie, and that's saying something.
I don't know, I've known some people like rat face.
He's white. Come on.
Oh my god. There's a scene where the wife is at her job and she's showcasing a house to this family, and all of a sudden she just goes completely deadpan, and she's having speech impediments. She walks over to a window and starts banging her head against the window
until the point where it starts cracking.
And
it just cracks once, and that's it.
The two people behind her are just like, she's gonna stop at some point, right? Let's not intervene. Let's just see where this goes.
Yeah, this is boom, boom, boom.
She wakes up.
It just, you know what? It doesn't even indicate that they called the hospital or anything. No. She wakes up at home and doesn't remember this happening.
Apparently that's 6 hours later as well.
What I really love is how she gets not a pounding headache, just like, fuck that.
Nothing
she just
from her
gets
head
to the bathroom, and all of a sudden she's just like, there's a mark there. Normally if you smack your head off, that's something that many fucking times.
Well, she didn't know she smacked her head off of it.
Yeah, but you would wake up and you're like, God, what happened?
Well, obviously, but she didn't know what happened.
But it doesn't mean that pain is just gone if you didn't know what happened.
Aliens!
Aliens.
Also, the part about they put a transistor behind your ear.
Yeah.
Why don't you just go to the hospital? Go to the fucking hospital.
Get that shit diagnosed. Oh yeah, it's a scab, and maybe they can search or cut open or whatever.
No. They disguise it so it looks like a rash behind the ear.
Okay, so go get it treated with fucking ointment. But it's anything better than just leaving it because it's still itchy.
You want to go digging in there every time?
How many people did the UFO guy said he had interviewed who had the exact same problem?
Literally thousands.
I thought he said hundreds.
He said hundreds or thousands.
He said thousands.
How is it that kind of thing didn't get out? How is it they don't go? You want to know what? There's a lot of people who go missing randomly. We should look into this a little more. If there's thousands, that's 1,000 people
I swear
disappearing.
It's like saying, oh, the kid disappeared. Well, we can't do anything.
Let's suspect the parents and then do nothing.
Yeah. 3 months later, after the missing of their son, they move into a new place, and there's
Which is probably more expensive.
What's
no
best?
doubt.
I fucking love this fact. They move in. It says clearly in the newspaper that the alien guy is cutting out. It says parents suspected in son's disappearance. Yeah. 3 months later, they still have their youngest fucking child. They're suspected,
And they're still going through court.
They're suspected that they were involved in the disappearance of their eldest son, but they're okay to keep the youngest one.
And they're okay to move as well.
The child services would at least be watching them. They walk into the house, they see a giant billboard with a bunch of children's kidnapped missing signs on it, and like lines pointing all over the map.
I'm sorry, I'm on the set of fucking Sinister. I apologize.
Oh, is this 7? I'm sorry.
I don't know if we mentioned the child service thing to the camera, but there's a moment where obviously someone in the neighborhood sees.
It's when the oldest kid is getting shot by airsoft guns, and he goes to the hospital because he has that kind of like panic attack thing, and they find the branding marks on him.
And I'm pretty sure the small kid's wounds would also like contribute to that.
It was never talked about by
kids,
any kind of
the oldest kids, it's swept under the rug because you never hear from the things again. The kid comes home, you never hear from.
You never actually see him.
Yeah, you never actually.
You just see
them.
photos.
Yeah, exactly. There's no actual proof. Of
and this seems like
photos.
when I looked at the photos, those were really large marks.
And I think the photos were like really badly shot. So it's like there's half of this one here and there's half another one. It's not like you just see a full body shot.
Yeah, but more importantly, the child protective services aren't even seen ever.
Yeah, it's like
talked about, and then
there's the scene where it's like they're going to be coming in the morning, and the next day they don't come. No, the next day they get ready for the alien invasion. They buy an aggressive dog. They buy a shotgun. They start burning their house up.
He buys a shotgun in 1 day.
You have a 3-day waiting period because of the fucking Brady Bill, because of the attempted assassination from Charles Hinckley. You know how I know that? You really fucking know that?
I hope it's because you did your research for this movie to make fun of it.
No, because my favorite movie of all time is Taxi Driver. Jodie Foster played a 14-year-old prostitute in the movie. Charles Hinckley watched the movie, became enamored with Jodie Foster, bought a gun, thought assassinating the president, Ronald Reagan, or I think it's Ronald Reagan, he would get her to fall in love with him. He missed. Something Brady jumped in front of him, shot himself in the neck, and became a vegetable. The Brady law now means that you have to wait a 3-day waiting period and a background check before you get a gun. Instead of walking in like, yeah, thanks. Here
All you see is he gets like this really rushed over, skimmily done background check, if that.
Yeah, he's like, what kind of animals you hunting?
No
and the next
answer.
thing, he's got the gun.
What did he say? Large bears,
Dolphins.
It's like fish. He's off these guns, and then the guy's like, I need something that's close range and packs a punch. He's like, what are you hunting? It's like, yes. What did you tell him that you need that kind of gun? A shotgun. I have a rat problem.
You don't understand. These are big fucking rats. What? They come out of the forest from Princess Bride.
Also, I love the scene where the kids are hiding in the room and the bright light, then Dad bursts into the room. And not just bursts into the room, the door shakes!
What was he doing?
I have no idea.
Was he just like fucking with around with the large lamp or whatever?
I don't know, maybe the aliens were about to break through and then he just kind of brushed them aside.
One of my favorite scenes of all time in the entire movie is when they break into the mom's house that they're trying to sell. And the kids are like 11 or 12, and he's just like, he brings up this bright pink bong, and he's like, light this shit up. Afterwards, you see them all wandering around, and these 2 kids, the guy and the clearly obvious love interest, he's sitting there, and he's just like, you've been a naughty girl.
He tries to touch
Honk, and squeezes this like 14-year-old girl's boob, and
and then she gets disgusted by
she
it.
brings like, what are you doing? Have you even kissed the girl? And then realizes, oh,
He hasn't.
come here. And then all of a sudden, completely, it's just like, it's okay because you haven't kissed a girl, so grabbing my boob is, it's
completely legitimate.
Also, how would she react to rape?
Have you kissed a girl? Okay, no, it's fine. Don't worry.
I was like, have you not kissed a girl? Oh, okay.
I'll give you a little kiss. Oh my god.
then they meet next scene, he's high as fuck riding his bike.
Just like, I'm walking on sunshine. Whoa. That's pretty much it.
It's so, you just got like how like there's something must have went so wrong with this movie. I just would love to see what had happened when you were writing this.
Set design, prop, writing, director, editing,
sound.
There's one scene in the fucking movie shook the theater. I've never felt bass like that before. It's like, I swear to God, if I had Benoit balls, I would have been off. What if like, that would have been it.
It was just like static noise for a lot of it.
Yeah, it was high pitched frequency noise. Just like
some of these characters are so stupid too. They make a point of saying that they have to stay together for this big finale against the
put the two
aliens.
children that the aliens want in the room.
So here's what they do.
The
The dad is downstairs because you can see the aliens are going to be breaking through the back door. He has the shotgun. The dog's down there. The wife goes with the kitchen knife. Is standing in front of the locked door with the two kids in there. And then she starts moving towards because she hears the TV on in another room. It's like,
yeah, and there's
what happened to the plan?
What's
logic hit the window like the birds.
And she's walked towards the room, and the alien's right behind her. Is like about to touch her shoulder.
No, the alien touches her shoulder so lightly. It's like
no, he's just like that. No.
He doesn't touch her shoulder, George.
It looks like he touches it.
I know. He goes close and he's like, no, you know what? Let the dumb bitch go in the room.
And then he just somehow closes the door.
Yeah, the door slams shut as if it was paranormal activity. And then
aliens!
Yeah, aliens.
How the hell did the kid get away from them, too?
I don't know, but I would love to know how they got up at the exact moment in time to go downstairs into the kitchen to see the shit that was built.
Oh, yeah. We haven't talked about the most convenient plot device I have ever seen.
At like 6 p.m. they're just like, well, I got something I'll learn for 3:15 because I gotta get up for weird shit.
Yeah, they keep waking up. The mom and the dad and the kid keep waking up for convenient, curious, paranormal fucking shit.
Like the first one that happens is the kitchen, the fridge door is open, and you just see like slewed across going outside.
Watermelon. It was a black family. It was the one black suburb family.
I love the dad's explanations. I don't know, a giant rabbit.
Yeah, it's like, what kind of animal eats the lettuce but eats the bacon? A rabbit? That bitch didn't think that one through, and the dad.
Then obviously the dad was trying to make a joke, but it's such a bad time to be making a joke.
It's the night after you just got broken in.
Yeah, that's just like saying, what do you call it? Like the day after 9/11, all plain jokes are just wrong.
That's just plain wrong.
Yeah, I know, right? What was the last thing that go through their minds? The 92nd floor? It's a bird, it's a plane. Oh shit, it is a plane.
Oh my god, this is... So, with all that said and done,
It's not fun.
I loved it! No, we're just like...
Yeah, it's really...
the movie is bad.
Watch.
No, it definitely is. This is, if it's on Netflix, or if you can somehow
Watch it for
get
Netflix.
rented, or get it for such a very cheap price.
Find it on the bay when it comes out on the bay.
For such a cheap price.
Yeah.
Then it's actually reasonable to get it, watch with a couple friends, because you'll have a laugh watching this. That's no doubt about it.
If you're into watching bad movies together,
Yeah.
this is a good one.
And I love how they actually filmed the porno movie. Like, there's nothing.
Oh
seen,
my
but
god, that's so like, there's
the
this
credits.
quick thing.
Naughty teacher and naughty student. You're just like, you
This
actually
stupid
had
little
to
porno,
film
and
it.
I-
Not naughty student, naughty schoolgirl.
Oh, is that what it said?
Sexy.
That extra
Come get your
mile.
certificate. Cock certificate.
I would love to see their film repertoire.
Yeah, I would love to. It's like, what have you guys
Maybe
made?
it's other fake pornos.
No, what it was probably a porno that he made way earlier. He's like, I can actually use this now.
You know what? Why not? I'm just like,
I'd probably rather see that because it would probably have been way better than this movie.
I would have too, but that's because I'm a guy. But whatever.
So, ratings, 3 out of 10.
Oh man, I'd say 2.5 out of 10.
That might be the most generous and say at least a 5. Like it wasn't horrible, but it was bad.
You know what? It was really just...
It wasn't as bad as Mama. Mama was just.
Mama was really bad.
Mama was bad?
Mama was just stupid.
It was
It was
really
horrible.
stupid.
It was really bad. I looked forward to that, and as soon as I saw it, I was just like, It was really bad.
What was it in the end? Like a witch? Or?
No, it was a woman who
They try to give the ghostly apparition.
they humanized her. They made
they humanized her to death.
a woman who fell off a cliff and her baby got caught on the ledge or whatever and starved to death.
Watch your Encore.
Yeah, watch the review. I have a review on my channel as well. But anyway, yeah, it's like, there's a link here. No, but pretty much it's just a woman who's turned into a ghost because she's missing her baby and she's been looking through the forest for 100 years.
So she goes to substitute for like these other kids, basically.
Yeah,
They get lost in the woods or something.
And then those kids get adopted, so the mother ghost follows.
Yeah,
It's
You know what?
it's so insane. It's really
Sad.
like the short was way better
the short was way
because it
better.
didn't humanize the ghost,
More importantly, the short was only 3 minutes long, and they actually reshot the short for the actual movie.
which was good enough. I think it was good. Anyways, this movie, it's bad, but the experience of watching with others is good.
If you got some friends to make fun
Okay.
of movies with you, go see it. It'll be enjoyable. When did it come out?
Yesterday.
Really?
Yes.
Fuck, we got
This
the
is probably
best-
the most recent review
We
we've
got the
done.
best timing for this shit. My goodness.
Why did we have to pick a shitty movie?
Why do you always pick a
There's
shit?
nothing else good playing.
Let's see. What
Oh
movie
yeah,
is-
no, it's that season in Oscar season, right?
Where they have good.
when all the movies are feeling intimidated because the movies of past year are getting judged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When's The Great Gatsby coming out?
I don't know. I'm not sure. It's not been a good year so far. I know that we're only 2 months in, but it's not been a good year for movies.
Yeah.
It really hasn't. Fucking
Well,
Mom,
neither was.
Identity Thief.
I haven't seen that, nor do I really
I don't
care
want to see a
it.
90-minute fat joke. I've got no interest. Warm Bodies was actually pretty good. I thought it was fun.
It looks good. I think it's
I still need to see.
If you, here's the thing: if you've seen the trailer for Warm Bodies, you've ultimately seen the whole movie. It ends exactly how you think it would.
well, obviously.
Yeah,
But that doesn't mean that's bad. That doesn't mean it's bad.
No, it was actually pretty enjoyable. It was entertaining. It was funny. And
Wait.
the ending is just like.
But
Yeah, well, I'm talking about this movie, that's for sure.
All right.